Have you thought about Zwift racing but weren't sure where to start? Or thought that must be only for super advanced riders? If you've tried a race or two, ever wondered, am I really getting any better? Zwift races are a great addition to anyone's overall fitness plan. Welcome to the channel and let's get racing! In this video, I'll show you my basic approach to Zwift racing plus a couple of pointers and tools to enrich your racing experience. I'm competing in a Cat B race as part of the Tour de Zwift. The fourth stage is focused all around London, and the course selected is London 8. I typically will get warmed up about 15-20 minutes ahead of the race. Zwift races start fast, so you don't want to be shocking your legs at the start. I found jumping into a pacer bot ride for a few minutes where I can warm up and sprint a bit works great. For fueling this short race, I'll use a single energy gel about 5 to 10 minutes from the start. My favorites are the Goo energy gels and typically pick one with a little caffeine boost. As this race starts to unfold, let's talk a bit about strategy. Knowing the route and what lies ahead is key, not to just winning the race, but being prepared. No one likes surprises midway through a grueling race. Looking at the London 8 course, it's relatively flat with one major exception, that being Box Hill. Unless there's one or two really strong individual riders, the race will most likely be determined by the Box Hill climb, stringing out riders. My goal is to stay with the front half of the pack. Stay tuned to see how that plays out, and at the end, I'll share key tools to help you in your race progression. Alright, looks like I've got a feather power up early. Do I save it for the big climb, or no, I've got another power up chance at the Mall River Sprint? My strategy then is to stay with the pack on the flat leading up to the climb, then keep a steady pace to the summit and stay as close to the leaders as possible. The descent then will give me a good recovery for the final flat section. On bike selection, we're going lightweight all the way. Specialized S-Works Athos with my lightest wheel set, the Robal Alpinist. Zwift Insider has some great resources about the fastest and lightest bikes and wheel sets. I've put a link in the description below. Check it out. Looks like most of the riders are settling into the main pack, so let's skip ahead to a couple of interesting race segments. As we approach this small little climb, I'm still carrying that feather power up, so let's see if we can maybe shake up the pack a little bit. As I'm using that feather power up to move through the pack, I notice up ahead someone's breaking ahead. Well, let's just put the hammer down and see if we can make everyone else burn a match here. Well, that didn't work out quite as expected. We'll just have to let that rider go and stick with the pack and recover on the rest of the flat to the climb. Coming through this sprint, really need that feather for that climb. Now let's jump ahead to the base of the climb. So how long can I stay with this lead pack? When should I use that power up? Let's speed this up a little and see how it works out. Well, I made it part way up with the main pack and have to hit that power up in the final attempt to stay in contact. Overlays I use is Sauce for Zwift. As we climb the hill, you can easily see the riders spread out and the time gaps begin to appear. This info is like having a race director in the team car radioing in the splits. If you're interested in more info on how to download, I put a link in the description below. Now on to the summit. Cresting the main part of Box Hill in the middle of the pack, but can I still make up a few places? Despite dropping off the front group, I ended up setting a PR on Box Hill KOM by over 30 seconds. Races are a great way to stay motivated and push your limits. Even though you're racing against others, you can always look at your own benchmarks to see improvement. Heading into this long descent, I hit the aero power up and get set to coast most of the way down. This gives me time to recover and get that heart rate down for the final leg of the race. One last strategic chance to get a jump. Coming to the end of the Tube Underground section, there's a short and steep rise up the escalator. A short burst of power fits my power profile, so I can hopefully make a break and keep the distance. Headed in the Tower Bridge, I can see there's a group of riders just a few seconds ahead of me. Do I have enough to catch them? Let's find out. Well, despite not being able to catch them, always finish every race with a good hard sprint. And across the line in 12th place. Let's towel off and take a look at that performance. Previously, it was hard to tell if you were getting any better at racing, as it could be a long stretch between promoting between race categories. With new race scores and rankings, you can tell from each race now how you've performed and analyze your and your competitors' results. For example, in this race, I finished 12th, but was predicted at 16th, so still beat expectations. My Zwift racing score improved by 3 points, and my Zwift racing velo rating moved from 1326 to 1333. Means I'm roughly racing where I should be with some small improvements. Thanks for watching, and if you've gotten something out of this video, give it a like and consider sharing with a friend. If you'd like to find out more about post-race analysis tools and race recon, check out my video here. Racing can be a great way to shake up your indoor fitness routine, especially in the gray, cold days of winter. Hope to see you in the starting pins. And until next time, keep those pedals turning and ride on.